Hey, what's up everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this very powerful card trick that will definitely fool all of your spectators. So make sure you stick around to learn this one. But before we get into it, make sure you all enter the $100 Amazon gift card giveaway I'm doing on my channel in honor of reaching 350,000 subscribers. I'm giving away 5 $20 Amazon gift cards, and all you need to do in order to enter is be subscribed to the channel with those post notifications on, drop a like on this video, and leave a comment saying something you like about this video or my channel, and I will be picking 5 of you at the end of the month, so make sure you guys enter that giveaway. And now let's get right into this performance. Alright, so I'm going to start off this trick by giving the deck a riffle shuffle, just mixing up the cards. At this point, I would have my spectator touch the back of any card as I'm spreading out the deck. So let's say they touch the back of this one right here. In this case, their selection is going to be the 3 of hearts. Now, all we're going to do here is turn the cards face up. We're going to spread out now to my spectator's card that is face down right here in the deck. I would ask them just to push in their card. So my spectator would push in their selection of 3 of hearts. I would tell them I'm just going to snap my fingers, put the deck down on the table, and you will see my spectator selection, the 3 of hearts, instantly jumps to the top of the deck. And I will prove to you that it really was my spectator's card that was in the middle that jumped to the top, because all of the cards in this deck are in fact face down. So guys, that is a trick. It's a quick one, but it does have a very powerful end effect, as you guys just saw. And if you want to learn how to perform it, make sure if you stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys liked that performance. This is a very powerful card trick that has a killer end effect, and now let's get right into the tutorial. So to make the ending for this card trick easier in terms of how you clean up and come off completely clean to your spectator, I recommend you use a double backed card. But if you don't have a double backed card, do not worry, you can still perform this card trick by simply taking any card from the deck, turning it face up, and placing it on the bottom. So that is what you're going to do for this setup if you don't have a double back card. But if you do have a double back card, it also, just goes right there on the bottom, and you're good to go for this card trick. And like I mentioned, there's a subtle difference in the ending of the trick if you use a double back card. I will explain that once we get to that part in the tutorial, and how to adapt if you are using this method, because you do need to do an extra step at the end if you want to come off completely clean if you are not using a double back card. But like I mentioned, I will explain to that once we get to it. So at this point with your setup here, in this case the double back card, I'm going to use that for the tutorial. That's on the bottom. Also, just a quick note, if you want to make this card trick completely no setup and you're using a double back card, you start off with it in your pocket, you have your spectator shuffle. Once they're done shuffling, you palm it, you bring it right here on top of the deck, and then you just bring it right to the bottom. And if you are just using a regular deck, you don't have a double back card, and you want to make it completely no setup, you have your spectator shuffle. Once they're done shuffling, you need to reverse the bottommost card subtly like that, and you're good to go. So that is just if you're a little bit more advanced out there and want to make this card trick completely no setup. But either way, you need to get in this position with your setup card there on the bottom. And at this point, you're going to have your spectator touch the back of a card as you're spreading out the deck. So let's say they touch the back of this one. They can touch the back of any card as long as you don't spread all the way to the bottom and have them touch the double back card, or accidentally flash the card if you're doing this setup. So just keep that in mind. Just have them touch a card from the middle, and you'll be good to go. So let's say they touch this one. You're going to turn it over face up, and you're going to tell your spectator that this card, the 5 of clubs, is their selection. As you're saying that, you're going to square up the deck, you're going to maintain a pinky break here, and you're going to get in position to do a turnover pass. Now, once you get into this position with the pinky break, separating the rest of the deck from their card, you're going to come over with the other hand, and you're going to tell your spectator you're just going to turn the deck face up. So you want your spectator to think you're simply just turning the deck face up, but in reality, this is the move that you're doing with the turnover pass. So you're going to take the bottom portion here, you have your 3 fingers on the side, pointer finger coil on the bottom, and you're going to flip this pack over like this as you're taking the top portion and turning that on top. So in slow motion, this is what the move looks like. You're flipping and taking the top portion and putting it right there on top. Now, once you've done that, you're good to go, because now you have the double back card or your setup card, the one that was reversed, in the middle, and now you instantly have your spectator's card on the top of the deck. So, the turnover pass is the main move in this card trick. And I'm just going to break it down one more time here. It's really not too hard. You just need to practice that move, get comfortable with it in order to perform this card trick. So one more time, you're spreading through, your spectator touches the card, you turn it over face up, you square up the deck, you do your turnover pass, slow motion here one more time. You're flipping the cards like this. And there are tutorials on YouTube if you guys want a little bit better breakdown of how to do the move, but you're flipping, placing this card on top. It needs to be quick. Check, how it did it in the performance. That's how it should look when you're performing it to your spectator. Now you're going to spread through and you're going to tell your spectator, okay, we're going to go to your card that is face down now in the deck, because your spectator thinks you simply just turn the cards face up, and it will make sense that their selection is now the only face down card. But in reality, right here, this is the double back card, or the card that you had reversed on the bottom. So you're going to tell your spectator, okay, we have your card here. You can spread to the top. Be very careful not to flash their card, which is their real selection, which is on the top of the deck. So after you spread out the cards here, tell your spectator, okay, go ahead and push in your selection. Make sure you don't turn it over or anything. They're going to push in their card, and here the trick is done. All you need to do is tell your spectator that you're going to snap your fingers, do whatever you want to, and the only thing you're doing is turning the deck over, face down, right there on the table. Their selection will now be on top, face up. It just seems completely impossible to your spectator that their card jumped from the middle to the top. And now here is what I'm talking about by using the double back card and why it makes the ending a little bit better. Because as you can see here, to top off this card trick, you're going to tell your spectator, check it out. All the cards here are face down, proving that it really was your selection that went from the middle to the top, because the double back card here, wherever it is in the middle, it conceals the fact that this was the card that was, in the middle, the one that they pushed in. So just to clarify, if you were not using a double back card, this is what your setup would look like. You would have a card that is face up here. This is your ultimate setup card. So after you do the move where you turn the cards over, your spectator's cards here on top, and you spread out the cards like this, you will have this card face up in the middle. So a way around that is doing a one-handed Charlier cut. So typically if you have a face-up card here in the middle, you're going to be able to do your one-handed Charlier cut right to the card. As you guys can see here, you finish the cut, and then you have their card on the bottom, and you have that random card, your setup card on the bottom. You push it over a little bit, and then spread out the cards face down, and make sure you don't flash it there. And then it basically has that ending where all the cards are face down, because that is what you want your spectator to see, because it makes it seem more impossible that their card went from the middle to the top. And just keep in mind that you are going to have this card here on the bottom. You can palm it off or just casually flip it around. So that is why I recommend trying to get a double back card for this trick, because you can skip that end step. You come off immediately clean, because when you take off their cards, spread them out, all the cards are going to seem face down. And just be aware that you do have a double back card in the middle of the deck somewhere. So you probably want to take that out if you're going to do another trick. But guys, that's the tutorial. Hope this one made sense. You really need to practice the turnover pass move if you're not comfortable with it already, because that is the move that is going to allow you to perform this trick. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to enter the giveaway. Just like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm picking 5 of you, each winning a $20 Amazon gift card at the end of the month. I will see you all in my next video. Peace out.